Anna sat quietly at her desk. Her notebook was open. Her heart beat fast. Today was her first English conversation lesson with a real teacher online. She had learned English for many years in school, but speaking still made her nervous. Every time she tried to talk, her words came out slow, stiff, and unnatural. She felt like a robot, not a real person. The screen lit up. A friendly face appeared. Hi, Anna. Ready to dive into some real English today? The teacher said with a warm smile. Anna smiled back shyly. Yes, teacher. I am fine. Thank you. The teacher chuckled softly. Let's work on that. Anna looked surprised. What do you mean? He leaned in a little and said, You said I'm fine, thank you. That's not wrong, but it sounds very formal. And not many native English speakers say that in real life. Anna blinked. Really? That's what we always learned in school. Yes, the teacher nodded. But school English and real world English are a little different. In real conversations, we want to sound natural, relaxed, and friendly. We don't want to sound like a robot. Anna laughed quietly. That makes sense. So, what should I say instead? Great question, he said. If someone says, How are you? You can say, I'm good, pretty good, or not bad. These answers are more common. They sound more natural. Anna repeated slowly, I'm good, pretty good, not bad. Perfect. The teacher smiled. Now, what if you are not feeling great? Anna thought for a moment. Maybe. I still say, I'm fine. Well, you can, he said kindly. But it's better to be honest and still sound casual. Try saying, not so good, or I've had better days. Anna said, I've had better days. She smiled. That sounds real, like something I would actually say in my own language. Exactly, the teacher said. When we speak in English, we want to be honest, simple, and human. Anna nodded. This helps a lot. I always thought I had to sound perfect, but now I see I just need to sound natural. The teacher smiled again. That's right. Also in English, when people ask, How are you? They're not always asking for a full answer. Sometimes it's just a way to say hello. You don't need to explain everything unless you want to. Anna laughed. So it's not really a deep question. Not always, he said. It's more like a social habit, a friendly opening. Anna felt a little more relaxed now. Speaking English didn't have to be so serious. The teacher continued. There are other ways people greet each other, too. For example, instead of how are you, they might say, How's it going? Or what's up? These are casual and very common. Anna's eyes widened. I've heard those in movies. Yes, he smiled. So when someone says, What's up? You can reply with not much or nothing much. It doesn't matter if you're busy or not. It's just a simple reply. Anna repeated, Not much. Nothing much. That's easy. And if they say, How's it going? You can answer with the same things. Pretty good, not bad, or good. It's not about sharing news, it's just being friendly. Anna nodded. So I don't need to think too much. Just keep it light. Exactly, said the teacher. Also, here are some bonus phrases native speakers use. You can say, just hang in there when you feel tired or busy, or same old, when life feels normal and usual. Anna smiled. That's funny. Same old, same old. I like that. The teacher laughed too. Yes, it's fun. These small phrases help you sound more natural. Then the teacher gave Anna a simple activity. Let's try something called the mirror talk, he said. Go stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Pretend you are greeting a friend. Say things like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then reply to yourself, "Not much," or "Pretty good." Try to smile as you speak. Anna giggled but got up and tried it. She stood in front of her mirror and said, "Hey, what's up?" "Not much." She looked at herself and smiled. Her voice was softer. Her face looked more relaxed. She didn't sound stiff anymore. She returned to the screen, laughing. That was strange, but kind of fun. It works, the teacher said. It helps you feel your tone. It teaches your face and voice to relax. Anna felt more confident now. She wasn't just memorizing phrases, she was practicing how to say them. She felt alive in the language. The teacher finished the lesson with some kind encouragement. You don't have to speak perfect English, Anna. You don't need to sound like a textbook. You just need to sound like you, honest, friendly, natural. Anna felt something warm in her chest. For the first time, she believed it. I think I can do this, she said quietly. I know you can, the teacher replied. And that was the beginning. Anna was no longer a robot. She was ready to be real, with her voice, her words, and her English. Because natural English isn't about big grammar rules. It's about small words, spoken with heart. Anna felt more confident now. After her first lesson, she learned how to greet people in a natural and friendly way. She was excited to keep learning. This week, her teacher said they would talk about something new. How to talk about jobs and hobbies in English. Anna liked this idea. She wanted to make new friends and have real conversations, not just small talk. She also wanted to sound relaxed and honest when talking about herself, but she still felt a little nervous. She was afraid of making mistakes or sounding boring. The teacher started the lesson with a question. Anna, what do you do? Anna paused. She had learned the question, what is your job, in school, so this question felt different. She asked, do you mean my job? Yes. The teacher smiled. In English, native speakers usually say, what do you do? It sounds more natural. We don't often say, what is your job? Because it feels a bit formal. Great, said the teacher. That sounds clear and friendly. You're not only sharing what you do, but you're also telling a little bit more about yourself. Anna smiled. It feels more like a real conversation now. The teacher continued. Let's say you're talking to someone who says, I'm a nurse, or I work in finance. You can also ask follow-up questions like, do you like it? Or, what's your favorite part of the job? These are good ways to keep the conversation going. Anna listened carefully. She never thought about asking questions like that. In her mind, English conversations were short and formal, but now she was learning how to go deeper and make them feel real. Then the teacher gave her a tip. If you want to make your answer more interesting, you can talk about why you like your job or what it means to you. For example, instead of just saying, I'm a teacher, you could say, I'm a teacher. I help kids grow and learn every day. It's a small change, but it adds emotion and meaning. Anna thought about that. She tried a new version. I'm a student. I want to become a teacher because I love helping others learn. The teacher smiled. That's beautiful, Anna. It shows your passion. Now it was time to talk about hobbies. The teacher asked, "What do you do for fun?" Anna was quiet for a second. She wanted to say something interesting, but she wasn't sure what words to use. In school, she had learned the sentence, "Do you have any hobbies?" But this new question felt better. She answered slowly, "I like painting, and sometimes I go hiking." "Very nice," said the teacher. "Those are great hobbies." Now, if you want to sound more natural, you can also say things like, "I enjoy painting," or "I love going hiking on weekends." Anna repeated, "I love going hiking on weekends. It helps me feel relaxed." "That's perfect," said the teacher. When you talk about hobbies, you can also talk about how they make you feel. This makes the conversation deeper and more personal. The teacher introduced something new called the emotion trigger. It's simple, he explained. When you talk about a hobby, add a short feeling. For example, "I like cooking. It helps me forget stress." Or, "I enjoy reading. It makes me feel calm." This helps people understand you better and connect with you. Anna nodded. She tried a few examples. "I like painting. It helps me feel creative." "I enjoy music. It gives me energy." The teacher clapped. "You're doing great." Now you're not just sharing information, you're sharing emotion. That's what real conversations are all about. Anna felt proud. She always thought she had to speak perfectly. But now, she was learning how to speak honestly. That felt more important. The teacher gave her a small activity to do after the lesson. Write down 3 hobbies you enjoy. Then, next to each one, write how it makes you feel. After that, try saying them out loud like you're talking to a friend. Anna wrote, "I like painting. It helps me relax. I enjoy hiking. It makes me feel strong. I love reading. It brings me peace." She read them out loud. Her voice was calm. She didn't feel nervous this time. She felt like herself. Before the lesson ended, Anna asked, "What if I don't have interesting hobbies? What if I only like simple things?" The teacher smiled warmly. "That's okay, Anna. Real people enjoy simple things. You don't need exciting hobbies to have a good conversation. You just need to be honest." Anna thought for a moment. "I like watching movies. Sometimes I just listen to music and do nothing." "That's perfect," the teacher said. You can say, "I kind of like watching movies. It helps me relax after a long day." Or, "Listening to music is my way to slow down." These answers are simple, but real. Anna realized something. She didn't need big words or big ideas. She just needed to speak from the heart. At the end of the lesson, the teacher gave her one more tip. When someone shares their job or hobby with you, use their name when you respond. For example, "Oh, that's cool, Mark. What kind of music do you like?" This makes the conversation feel more personal. Anna smiled. "I see. People like hearing their name. It feels warm." "Yes," the teacher said. "It shows you're listening. It helps people remember you, too." Anna felt happy. She had learned so much. She could now talk about her job and hobbies in a way that felt real and full of emotion. She didn't feel like a robot anymore. She was starting to feel like herself. In English. It was a warm afternoon. Anna sat at a small cafe near her apartment. She was waiting to meet a new friend from her English group. His name was Jake. She had met him online during one of the practice sessions. Today was their first time meeting in person. After a few minutes, Jake walked in with a big smile. They ordered coffee and started to chat. "So, Anna," Jake asked, "where are you from?" Anna had been ready for this question. She smiled and said, "I'm from a small town near Barcelona. It's quiet, but very beautiful. I grew up there." Jake nodded. "Sounds lovely." Anna felt happy. Just a few weeks ago, this question would have made her nervous. She would have only said, "I'm from Spain," and then stayed quiet. But now she knew how to say more, and say it in a way that felt natural. Anna remembered what her teacher had taught her. There are different ways to ask about someone's hometown in English. The most formal way is, "Where are you from?" But in daily life, people often say, "Where are you from?" or "Are you from around here?" Anna also learned that she didn't have to give a long answer. If she wanted to keep it simple, she could just say, "I'm from Spain." But if the person looked interested, she could add more. "I'm from a small town near Barcelona. It's a quiet place, but I love it." Jake asked, "Do you miss it?" Anna thought for a moment. "Sometimes I do, especially the food and the sound of the sea." Jake smiled. "That sounds peaceful." Then he said, "So where do you live now?" Another good question. Anna had practiced this too. She replied, "I live in Madrid now. I moved here for university." She continued, "I live near the city center, close to the big park. It's busy, but I like the energy." Her teacher had explained how to answer this kind of question in a friendly way. Instead of saying, "I live in Madrid," and stopping there, it helps to add a little extra. You can say where you live using landmarks. "I live near the train station," or "I live close to the river." This gives people a clear idea and makes your English sound more natural. Anna asked Jake, "How about you? Where do you live?" Jake smiled. "I'm from Chicago, but I live here now, just outside the city." Anna remembered that this was a good way to keep the conversation going. She learned that saying, "How about you?" is a friendly way to turn the question back to the other person. It shows interest. It keeps things flowing. As they kept talking, Anna decided to share more about her past. "I grew up in a small neighborhood. It wasn't famous or big, but it felt like home. Every summer, we had small festivals. The whole town would come together." Jake looked curious. "That sounds amazing. What brought you to Madrid?" Anna said, "I came to study. At first, it was hard. I didn't know anyone. I felt a little lost. But now it feels like I belong here. I've made friends. I've grown a lot." Jake nodded slowly. "I understand. Moving to a new place can be tough." Anna smiled. "Yes, but it also teaches you a lot." Her teacher had told her that telling small stories makes conversation more meaningful. It's not just about saying where you're from or where you live. It's about sharing a piece of your journey. Anna learned some helpful phrases to do that. "I used to live in..." "I moved here last year. At first, it was difficult, but now." These small changes help learners show emotion and tell their story in a more natural way. After the coffee, Jake said, "It's really nice talking with you, Anna. You speak with so much feeling." Anna felt proud. She had come a long way. She remembered how shy she was in her first lesson. She only said short answers like, "I'm fine," or "I'm a student." Now she was having a real conversation. She was sharing her life. She was building a connection. At home that evening, Anna thought about everything she had learned. She remembered the activity her teacher gave her. He called it Write Your Journey. It had three parts. Where are you from? Where do you live now? What have you learned along the way? Anna took out her notebook and wrote, I'm from a small town near Barcelona. I grew up close to the sea. Now I live in Madrid. I came here to study and to grow. At first, it was scary, but I've learned to be strong and open. I've learned to speak up and make friends. She read her words out loud. It was her story, in English. Not perfect, not fancy, but real. Her teacher once told her, You're not just learning English. You're learning how to be yourself in a new language. And now she truly understood what that meant. Anna didn't need to sound like a native speaker. She didn't need big words or perfect grammar. She just needed to speak with honesty, to share her story, and listen to others. That was the real power of English. That was how to build real connections. And Anna was ready for more. As Anna sat back in her chair, reflecting on everything she had learned in her English lessons, she couldn't help but smile. The journey that started with nerves and uncertainty had turned into something beautiful. At the beginning, Anna struggled with feeling stiff and robotic when speaking English. She would always say the same things, I'm fine, or I'm good. It felt like she was reading from a textbook rather than having a real conversation. But now, after practicing new ways to greet others, sharing her true feelings, and connecting with people through her stories, Anna had discovered the real power of language. Through her lessons with her teacher, Anna learned that speaking English didn't need to be perfect. It didn't matter if she made the small mistakes or didn't know all the vocabulary. What mattered most was being real. She learned how to connect with people by being herself. Her conversations no longer felt stiff and awkward. Instead, they felt warm and genuine. She practiced introducing herself with more than just her name and where she was from. She started to tell stories about her hometown near Barcelona, how it felt to move to Madrid, and the things she loved, like hiking and painting. She learned to use simple phrases like, I really enjoy, and it helps me feel, to express her feelings. Anna began to understand that the key to speaking naturally was to speak from the heart. She didn't need to try to sound like a native speaker. All she needed was to be honest and sincere. Her English became more natural because she wasn't just speaking words. She was sharing her story. Now, when Anna met new people, she didn't feel nervous anymore. Instead of just answering questions with short, simple phrases, she felt confident enough to speak more openly. When someone asked, Where are you from? Anna didn't just say, I'm from Spain. She would say, I'm from a small town near Barcelona. It's peaceful and beautiful. I love the sound of the sea there. When people asked about her job or hobbies, Anna felt comfortable saying, I'm a student. I study education at Madrid University. I hope to become a teacher one day because I love helping others learn. She wasn't just talking about facts. She was letting people in, sharing the real Anna. Anna's story is one of growth and self-discovery. It's a reminder that learning a new language is not just about memorizing words or following rules. It's about finding your voice and using that voice to connect with others. You don't need to sound perfect or know every word. The most important thing is to speak with sincerity, to share your true feelings, and to be open to new experiences. Language is a tool for connection, and the more real you are, the more you'll connect with others, no matter what language you speak. The most important lesson from Anna's story is that language learning is about authenticity. Don't focus too much on perfection or fear of mistakes. Focus on being real. Speak from the heart, share your feelings, and connect with others. Language is about communication, not just grammar and vocabulary. So, whether you're speaking English, Spanish, or any other language, remember, it's the real you that matters most. When learning new language, stop worrying about sounding perfect. Don't stress over every mistake. Instead, practice speaking naturally, sharing your own thoughts and feelings. Talk about the things you love. Tell your story. Use language as a way to build connections with others. You'll find that the more real you are, the more people will connect with you, and the better your language skills will become. Congratulations! You've just finished this story and have already improved your listening and comprehension skills. By following Anna's journey, you've learned how to speak English more naturally and confidently. Keep practicing, stay authentic, and never stop learning. Now, let's test your understanding with a small quiz. What did Anna learn about speaking English? A. It's important to sound perfect all the time. B. It's better to be real and share your feelings. Please comment on your answer below, A or B. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support motivates us to keep creating useful and fun lessons. Also, consider donating to help us keep making high-quality content. Starting a channel takes a lot of time and effort, and every little bit helps us continue to grow. Thank you for your support.